What if I told you your favorite fast food burger, the one you grab after a long day or crave at midnight, has been controlled for decades not just by executives in boardrooms, but by a tight-knit, well-connected family with a taste for power, disruption, and quiet domination? I'm Jim, and this is History Decoded. Our story begins not in a drive-thru or a test kitchen, but in the corridors of Wall Street. At the center is a man named Nelson Peltz. Sharp, aggressive, and always playing the long game. You won't see his face on a burger wrapper, but behind the scenes, he's been flipping corporate strategies like patties on a grill, and he's not alone. Peltz is the billionaire co-founder of Trian Partners, an activist hedge fund with a very peculiar appetite, underperforming giants. He doesn't start companies. He takes them, reshapes them, and often walks away with a golden trail of profits and influence. But unlike others who move on, Peltz lingers, especially when it comes to one very specific fast food titan, Wendy's. It's not just a business for Nelson, it's a legacy. Trian first took a bite out of Wendy's back in the early 2000s, initiating what looked like a standard activist play. But this wasn't just a hostile takeover or quick flip. This was something deeper, strategic, surgical, almost personal. Peltz didn't just grab a board seat, he brought in his son, then his longtime business associate. Slowly, almost silently, the Peltz circle took hold of Wendy's. Trian controls around 15% of the company, publicly, but factor in family members, close affiliates, and entities tied to them. That number climbs to over 30%, a silent majority, guiding the brand from the shadows. Behind every Frosty, every Baconator is a family boardroom. The playbook was simple but lethal. Strip inefficiencies, cut underperforming units, merge and unmerge until the brand fits the Peltz mold. You might remember Arby's and Wendy's under one roof. That was Nelson. When it didn't work, he engineered the split. He doesn't get sentimental about sandwiches. But Nelson's grip on Wendy's isn't just about profits. It's about permanence. Where most activist investors take their win and move on, Trian dug in. They embedded. Nelson became chairman. His son, Matthew Peltz, serves on the board. His longtime partner, Peter May, also a board member. The circle is complete. Like a chess game, every piece is perfectly placed. Wendy's isn't just another investment for the Peltz family. It's their crown jewel. And while it trades like a public company, decisions at the highest level often pass through family hands. But who is Nelson Peltz, really? Born in Brooklyn in 1942, he didn't take the Ivy League route. He dropped out of Wharton and started driving a delivery truck for his father's food business. By the 1980s, he was orchestrating billion-dollar takeovers. He doesn't fit the mold. He breaks it. He's a blue-collar billionaire with a boardroom kill count. His rise is the kind of story that makes old money CEOs sweat because he doesn't just challenge authority, he becomes it. In the 90s, he took over Snapple after Quaker Oats fumbled its acquisition, bought it for $300 million, sold it for $1.5 billion. Classic Peltz. Buy broken, fix, profit. But even with all that, Wendy's is different. Wendy's is where he chose to stay. While other board seats came and went, Procter & Gamble, GE, Heinz, his grip on Wendy's never loosened. His influence stretches beyond financials. From menu strategies to marketing pivots, the Peltz family has shaped how the brand moves, speaks, and sells. When Wendy's began embracing social media and edgy branding, that wasn't random. It was intentional. A legacy brand remade for a new generation under Peltz oversight. And here's the kicker. Most casual fans of Wendy's have no idea. There are no documentaries on the Peltz family, no Netflix expose on their Wendy's reign. That's by design. They don't need headlines. They have leverage. Control isn't about being loud. It's about being inescapable. If you think this is just a Wendy's story, think again. Trian has poked at PepsiCo, tried to break apart DuPont, rattled the cages at P&G. Peltz doesn't always win, but he always changes the game. His philosophy? Good brands get lazy. Great brands need pressure, and he's that pressure. Critics call him ruthless. Supporters call him a genius. But everyone agrees he gets results. Still, what makes this story unique isn't just the tactics, it's the dynasty. This isn't just Nelson's show anymore. With Matthew Peltz on deck, Trian's grip on Wendy's isn't loosening. It's evolving. It's generational, the kind of continuity most corporations can only dream of or dread. So the next time you unwrap a Wendy's burger, think about this. That square patty didn't just pass through a grill. It passed through boardroom decisions, capital strategy meetings, and the long-term vision of a family that doesn't advertise its power, but knows exactly how to use it. Behind every bite is a billionaire blueprint. And behind that blueprint is Nelson Peltz, the man who turned a fast food chain into a family empire. Not with ketchup and pickles, but with shares, votes, and an iron grip on the menu. I'm Jim, and this is History Decoded. Stay curious, stay hungry,